right, guys, Scar. This one's for you. The beat is fire and I'm ready to go. Because it's time for the Basco scenario. Some people like flair, some people like flash. But if it ain't hot, some people call it trash. I call him vanilla chocolate. He just like when it fits well in my pocket. Watch it now, or watch it later. His name's so fly, it means liberator. Sit back, relax, and watch the show. Gascar, get ready, man. It's time to go. Peace. Basco scenario coming to you each and every week. Peace.
Is there any stuff? Hey.
What up?
Guess who's out of the theater? We are.
It is us. We are out.
Yes, absolutely. And was your theater packed?
No, might have had 20 people in it.
Yeah, mine too. Didn't have many, but we had two theaters showing it at different hours. So,
but we had it showing since 3 in my theater. It started at 3 this afternoon. Because I was going to take off early, but then I realized, damn, I got a supervisor's meeting that I called, so I can't back out on my own meeting. Had I not done that, I would have been there probably around about 4 o'clock this afternoon.
Yeah,
be able to digest it, get my stream going. But no worries. I went at 7, so I told my wife, I said, "Look, it's gonna be 3 hours. Drive time there and back. I'll probably be back home 10:30, 11." Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I walk in, she was like, "So what's a 3-hour movie? Good?" I said, "Hell yeah, it was on point." I did not feel. The first thing I asked myself when I leave a theater, did I feel like I was wasting my money? I did not.
Right.
I did
That's
not.
awesome. That's awesome, man. Because your theater's an hour away from your house, though, right?
No. That's my IMAX.
Oh, that's your IMAX.
IMAX.
Okay.
My regular theater, like 15 minutes, 20, depending on how fast I drive. So it's not that far. Awesome. But like I said, I know I hear y'all say that sometimes y'all theaters be packed and stuff and all that. On opening night,
yeah.
Star Wars, yeah. Star Wars, oh yeah. Or I think Endgame and Infinity War was pretty packed, but like these kind of movies, I very seldom. And like I said, they were open since 3 today, so I'm pretty sure.
Oh, really? Our show started at 6 today, so they had one at 6, one at 7, one at 8, and one at 9. So my theater was at half capacity. At first, when we got there, I got there with my daughter because I was gonna go watch it alone because nobody wanted to see it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go alone. And my eldest said, "Dad, if you're going alone, I'll just go with you." And she works in the same mall, so she finished at 6. So I met up with her. Then we went to the theater. We sat down and watched it, and she loved it. I personally, honestly, I was 3 hours went by. I was like pretty quickly. It kind of lagged. It kind of slowed down a bit at the end. It got a little bit. At the end. At the end, it stretched out a bit. There was like they could have cut a certain scene. Yeah. We'll get back to. I will get to it after. But overall, I was surprised by this movie, man. And like I like the take.
One thing I will say, the fight scene at the end was kind of underwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
What's the matter?
Hold on.
Yeah. Well, Danny's away. So yeah, it was. Man, I got into the theater not knowing what to expect. You know, Patterson. Would he do Batman justice? I think he did. I think he pulled off. And you know what? I think I kind of like this Batman. I like this take of Batman. I'll get it.
I'm telling you, it's kind of like when we first heard Ben Affleck, I was like, I don't know. Then he killed it. I first heard Robert Pattinson, all I could see was Edward from Twilight. I was like, man, that ain't gonna work. And then you hear like he didn't want to work out stuff. I was like, man, he gonna be doo doo. But shit, the opening, man. Well, I really liked the opening when he was like October, whatever it was, Tuesday or whatever, and then wrote his little journal and stuff.
Yep.
And then he was talking about how he can't be a red at the same time, and that opening grabbed my eye. I was like, oh, that's kind of tight, because we never seen him chronicle stuff like that.
Right.
Is this gonna be a full spoiler or not?
Yeah, you can go ahead, man.
Okay.
I said it. I said on the thing that's with some spoilers, so you can talk all you want. Kaden Bates, first time person I see in my chat. Welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, what's up, man? Thank you.
You know, we got G Major and Drop Shot as well. Good stuff. Yeah, man. I seriously, when he was casted as for Batman, we're like, I don't know, but he was damn good. I liked him.
Bro, you did your thing.
Reviews on it yesterday.
You did your thing on this, Mr. Patterson. My hat is. Yep. I take my hat off to you.
Mm-hmm. So you didn't find it like extremely too long at all? You think that it was well paced throughout the whole movie? Because I find it was well engaging, like with the whole. It would like it's truly what we read on the review yesterday, right? It's the detective Batman. That's who we got, and it was really well done. I personally enjoyed it. I know there's people out there that are gonna get their gripes about it. The cinematography, the darkness, I had zero issues with the darkness of it because it went with the story. And I'm
telling you, man, if you're expecting to see it, and this is minor gripes, because you know when you always see the Batmobile, like, yeah, it's gonna have some cool shit, like rocket launchers or some kind of stuff. Batmobile didn't have any of that, and I was like, okay.
Well, I had the super freaking booster.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it didn't have like the gadgets. Yeah. This is not a gadgety Batman. I think we're gonna see like 2 gadgets that I can remember: the gauntlets on his hands, on his arms, and then he had a little bomb thing.
Yeah.
Other than other gadgets that we see on the other Batman, is none of all of that. That contact glass, those contact cameras he had, that shit was fire.
Yeah, like, that was cool. That was cool. Yeah, definitely. And also, you had when he first used this freaking Batman emblem was to cut the freaking tape.
Yeah.
of the crime scene. I was like, really? That's what he used it for? Then he uses it later on, with the whole flooding and stuff. Hey, what's up, Josh? Did you get to see it, Josh? What's your take on it? Did you like it? Did you enjoy it? Oh my gosh!
If you see it, then maybe you can send him a link so you can join us.
Yep, for sure. Let me know
if you already seen it, Josh.
If you anybody, G Major, you too, man. If you've seen it, let me know. I'll send you the link, bro. But
I just want to tell you, if you hadn't seen it, we sorry. Go see it. Even if you do spoil some stuff, still go see it for yourself. To me, I could tell in-game was 3 hours, but the lag that I felt in in-game, I didn't feel that lag in this.
Yeah.
Because the second hour in-game, I'm like, okay. When I'm watching at home now, I'm fast-forwarding it. This, I don't think I would fast-forward, because, I mean, it was just stuff to keep you going. Him and Commissioner Gordon, or Lieutenant Gordon, good chemistry, man. I like how they did that thing. Him and Catwoman definitely had chemistry. Man. Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. And then the guy that played her daddy, Catwoman's daddy, I love him. He's the guy that played the agent in Transformers. I can't think of his name.
I was he played in
well-known actor.
Yeah. He also played in Spike Lee's movie. Jungle Fever, wasn't it? Was he in Jungle Fever?
He's in Jungle Fever.
Yeah, it was Jungle Fever.
I think he was in Rounders.
Yeah, Rounders, exactly. Yeah.
So he's a well-known actor. Yeah, I love Rounders.
I just want to send Josh the link.
But yeah, man. I'm gonna go ahead and say it, man. So far, I think this is my favorite Batman so far. Yeah, John Turturro.
You're gonna get some heat, bud. You know you're gonna get some heat.
Hey, It's better than 89. I don't give a hell what none of y'all say. It's better. I know some people ain't gonna agree with that. Now that fight scene in the warehouse, Ben Affleck, it's gonna be hard to beat that. That scene gonna be hard to beat. But he showed some violence in this, man. And what was that shit he took at the end? Some kind of fucking adrenaline.
It was epinephrine.
Hey, that sucker went to damn.
Yeah, he did some Pulp Fiction stuff. Amy Chibi on Twitch. Nice to you drop by. I appreciate that. And here we go for the first time making this debut on my channel. Movie.
What's going on?
What's going on?
I hope that mic didn't clip when I did that yell. What's happening, dude? Yeah, I saw the Batman twice, actually. I gotta say this: the first time I saw it, I thought the first 2 hours were perfect, right? And I was like, this is perfection. This is exactly what we wanted in a Batman movie. And I was a little concerned with the last half hour, the first time I saw it, right? Yesterday. Because I thought the bigger scale, explosions and the flood. This is a spoiler show, right? We're talking about this.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So the flooding and all that stuff, I thought that would be better suited for a Christopher Nolan movie. And it didn't make sense to me why. I thought it was too big, and it kind of reminded me of like Return of the King, where I was like, it's not ending. Come on, just end, let's go. You could have ended it there. You could have ended it there. The second time I saw it, it made more sense, and I understand why there was a larger scale event happening, because it needed to happen to make him go from Bruce Wayne, to Batman, like really, like the next level of Batman, and get rid of the vengeance moniker. All the things they made sense. I still kind of have some caveats, though. I gave it like a 9. Now I went from like a 7.5, 8 out of 10 now from the second time showing, where I gave it like a 9 out of 10.
So how many times did you see it? Twice?
Just twice, yeah.
That was his peace offering to the mayor, because she was like against Batman.
Right, I get it now. Yeah.
Because when she reached his hand out the first time, she looking off. But I was
absolutely,
yeah. He told you to get your ass out of there, so I'm glad your ass got shot. That's what I said to myself in the theater. He told you to get the hell up out of there. No, we need to stand up and tell the truth and stop being scared. Okay, catch this bullet then.
I also still feel that the Joker, that stuff being pushed.
I like that. I actually like that. I'm glad they didn't show us how he looked, but the interaction between the two.
You got a glimpse of his face, though. You got a glimpse of his face.
Yeah, it's Barry Key. Barry Key. That actually shows me that they don't give a shit about the Eternals, because if Barry Key's going to focus on being the Joker or whatever, because he was Druig or whatever in the Eternals, so maybe he'll focus more on if they do, which again, like. I'm bringing my like movie, whatever, aficionados into this, man. Right. I don't want to see a sequel. I think it's perfect how it is.
Really?
Leave it how it is. Because then if you're gonna go off into making this its own universe or doing DCEU stuff or any type of expansion, you're gonna ruin.
I get what you're saying.
Conservative, yeah.
I get what you're saying, but if the money is there, they're definitely gonna come.
Probably.
I disagree.
For sure.
If it were me, based on this, how it looked, and I think the reaction that it's getting, in Flashpoint, I would kill Batman and Superman now. If you're not going that direction, and when Flashpoint, whatever we set, Robert Pattinson is the new Batman. I mean, I didn't think he could do it. I was like, there ain't no way. And I still think Ben Affleck is the better, older version. But this year
I agree
100%. I agree 100%. I was like, man, he on point with that shit. And I know why he's so mad, because it's still fresh to him. So that's why he's so mad and brewing. He hadn't learned how to be the playboy yet.
Yeah.
So when Affleck trying to talk to him, so I understand. I said, like, man, he don't. We used to seeing calm, cool Rico Suave Bruce Wayne, but we ain't never seen this version of a Bruce Wayne all brooding and mad and don't give a fuck. And
you're dead on, because that's one of the main things my daughter and I, when we're talking about the movie, right? On our way home, that's what she said. She goes, "Oh, you didn't get that playboy type of Bruce Wayne, and it was good to see this darker version of him."
Yep.
right?
Because he's still
Amy,
mad about his
yeah,
parents.
Amy Chibi says, I personally think this penguin was very interesting. A nice take on the character. I agree.
I
Yeah,
agree too.
perfect.
I
I'm
like-
sorry to Danny DeVito, but
Yeah.
there's no
Yeah.
camp here, and I generally don't
Mhm.
like Colin Farrell. I'll be honest with you. In most things he's in, I didn't like
He-
him in The Beguiled. I didn't like him in all these, the art house stuff.
He-
But
they did so much work on his face. Is it really Colin
Yeah.
Farrell? Or is it just his voice?
You could tell in his eyes and some of his
Yeah.
mannerisms. I could say, yeah, I could see it.
I liked it a lot. Who I didn't like, and again, it's like juxtaposed, the exact opposite.
Mhm.
I usually like Paul Dano and everything. I loved him in Prisoners. I loved him in Little Miss Sunshine. All these movies, right? I didn't like him even the second watch as the Riddler. There was too much camp going on, and almost
Mhm.
echoed like a Jim Carrey-esque vibe. Like, because this guy was super smart, and I know there's a fine line between crazy and smart, but
Mhm.
I don't think that this guy who is that crazy could have been that diabolical.
Right.
He was too campy towards the end when he was in prison talking to Bruce Wayne, and that went with the last half hour the way I felt too.
I felt the
It did-
opposite of that. I felt
okay, fair enough.
because when I saw him at first sitting down at the bar, I was like, I ain't feeling that. But when he started talking and interacting and breaking it down, then that's when I could see like the Edward Nigma stuff, and he was more on revenge than just them. When you start talking about an orphan don't know about in your tower looking down at people, billionaire and money. I was like, okay, I can see why he's so bitter.
Mhm.
So
Well,
I thought he pulled it off. He didn't look
what I thought
menacing.
yeah.
He didn't look
I
menacing.
don't even know who that actor was, to be honest with you.
But
You don't know Paul Dano? Oh, he's
Nope.
great. He's been like everything, You know me. I watch all these movies.
No, I
Well,
do.
that's why I was
Your
gonna
name is
say-
movie aficionados because
Well, I was
up?
going to say
What's
the
up,
same
Brittany?
thing about Robert Pattinson, where like I've seen Robert Pattinson aside from Twilight in like Good Time and in The Lighthouse, which is one of the best performances. That's why I kind of was hoping Willem Dafoe could play the Joker, maybe because they have such good chemistry together from
Right.
The Lighthouse. If you guys haven't seen The Lighthouse in the chat, go check that out. It's a great movie. But yeah, Robert Pattinson, I know he has his acting chops. So, but Paul Dano, getting back to that though, Danny, you liked him even because the way this tone is, it's more serious, and I thought he was the one that stood out as
he didn't
campy
have
with
the
tone.
Riddler look that we're accustomed to, and I kind of
The
had
look,
a problem
yeah.
with that going into it. I was like, I don't know if I like that. But once he started talking, and you could kind of see the crazy coincide and collide with the intelligence, and I was like, because then when he started bringing it, he said, "You're not as smart as I thought you were, Bruce," and then he started saying that was all there, and then when he had to kind of because I read a lot of I read the novels because Riddler's my favorite Batman villain.
Oh, okay.
And so when I read some of the novels, the Riddler really confounds the Batman a lot. And I saw on this, when you see the books, then you see that, I was like, damn, he kind of got Batman on his toes. At first, he seemed toe to toe, but Batman had to kind of work a little bit to figure out that last and final riddle. So,
I wanted to ask you about that though, from a comic book perspective, Danny. Did you see or read Year One Batman, the book?
I saw the movie they did Year One.
Okay.
And the book, I never read the book.
Because I was going to ask if it kind of echoed the comic of that younger Batman. Or
if I'm not mistaken, this is a Year One and Year Two.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, I never really read the early exploits of Batman, so that's why I was kind of like, I don't know if Pat's can put it off because we've already seen Batman when he's kind of like in his 30s and stuff in his prime. But hey, I was pleasantly surprised.
But you see, for a person like myself, right, that I haven't read a lot of the comic book material, right? I haven't watched many of the animations. Right? Oh, hey, Dandelion.
She said she couldn't stay because she hadn't seen the movie yet.
It's okay. Give me a sec. And so basically, definitely for me, this Batman, the story, the way it was built up, like you said, you know, it's the transition from his history becoming the Batman, and then the whole vengeance thing, like you said. I like that whole pace of it. It's a lot better. it's dark. It's supposed to be dark because of his transition and what he's going through as well. So I know a lot of people had issues and they were criticizing how dark this is. It's because it's a dark time in his life as well as a dark time for Gotham from all the political crap that was there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And going for what Caden Bates says about Alfred, I think he was in it perfectly. I think, you know, we've got so much Alfred and other movies that I think the fact that they toned Alfred down a bit in this, I think they just gave us enough in doses of it that justified the back history of the storytelling about his mother with the mental illnesses and the whole,
Yeah, I'm glad you brought
his
that up.
father. Yeah,
I didn't
I think it was really well done.
I didn't like the way they painted them like that because I've never seen a version where Bruce Wayne daddy did something crazy like he did. I never heard of his mother having mental illness, that kind of stuff. I'm not saying that I hate the storyline, but I just like, man, the Waynes have always been like the picture perfect couple. Now they kind of ratting them in on derogatory way, I guess you could say. Like her mom killed a family and stuff, and then killed herself, and then she was in and out of Memphis. I've never heard anything like that. So
exactly.
Well, with that beat, I want to talk about that because, and also I see Zach's comment about, yes, I think that Zoe was the best Catwoman. Now, for me, though, I have to ask you guys this because this is what I had said in my review. I had said that does this movie, I think it's definitely the best Batman movie. I'm with you there. Does it separate itself as far as beats? And for me, like, yeah, Zoe's performance as Catwoman was really great, but the beats that she played were very similar to the Anne Hathaway beats of like, you know, I want to love you, Bruce, and I want to be in a relationship with you, but you know, I'm poor and I need money. And like Alfred had kind of the same beats as the older Alfreds, where it was like, you know, Michael Caine, like, I want to protect your father's legacy. It's like the same beats. For me, I want to see different beats. So with what you had said about Thomas and Martha Wayne, I like that there was I like that we didn't have to see them die again because I'm annoyed with that shit. I'm tired of that shit.
I agree with that.
B, I like that those beats were different. Where no, Thomas and Martha Wayne were villainized. I like that. I like different story beats because we want to separate ourselves and set ourselves aside from the other Batman movies. So the further we get, like I said, Pattinson's Batman is completely different than Bale, you know, all the other ones from the past. But as much as I liked Zoe, I think that her Catwoman was almost like identical to Anne Hathaway's in the sense of like the plot structure, like those beats of I want to do better and I will save you at the last minute. I'm kind of the anti-hero vibe, but I also want to be a love interest, but you know, my being poor or needing money, being lower class is setting me apart. So I have to be a cat burglar. It's kind of like what a lot of what Anne Hathaway did too. So, you know, it's like the same. That's what I'm saying. Is it separating itself apart?
I get what you're saying. Yeah. I agree with you on that. Yeah. There's a lot of similarities and stuff, but she was fine.
Because everything else was so different. Like the tone was like almost like Blade Runner, like the first half hour, like in the sense of like a noir detective thriller, like with narration, you know, all that. The style was like that, you know, a noir thriller kind of, or like Seven, perfectly, like, you know.
I want to get to this. The biggest question for me will be, if this becomes a trilogy, will it finally be the time we get to see Clayface in the big screen? Because Clayface, if done right, can make an amazing movie, even if paired with another villain at the same time. I don't think
Clayface will fit into this world. This world is more realistic than is fantastic. I think Clayface would fit more into maybe, I don't even know if Clayface would fit into any of the Batman, maybe besides.
No, I would have said Schumacher. It would have been like a Schumacher.
Yeah, maybe the first movie, like the Batman Forever, maybe something like that.
Yeah.
But it won't fit into Christian Bale's, not my opinion. It won't fit into the Ben Affleck Batman series, and it won't fit into this one. What I thought would fit into it if they was to mix this world with the Joaquin Phoenix Joker, maybe that's something that they could have done. But now that we've seen this other Joker,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's even going to be a. I like the way this is going. I could see a second one with the Joker, or maybe the Joker, or build up to the Joker and Riddler team up. Maybe do another villain like who else they could do. I don't know if they could
Two-Face?
do. Yeah, Two-Face. They could do that.
Yeah. I
And
thought
you know what
Barry
they
was
might
too
do?
campy.
Since we believe all this woke stuff, how about if they make this? Well, she wasn't a DA, but how about they do a female Two-Face and this is Joker, that black lady that seemed to be so high and mighty like Dent was, and get into an accident and becomes crazy? I wouldn't be surprised. You know, sometimes they like the gender bend stuff.
You know what? Let's stick with the Penguin then. You know, because
they have to build off of that.
I would like to see him take over. I know you want to see a new villain, but I don't even want to. Or how about this? This is going against what I believe in. This is going against everything I said, but I could see this be realistic, where the Court of Owls could be like some kind of play in there. Yeah, because at least
I could see that.
You know, I mean, at least they're people, not like Clayface. Like, we don't want somebody with a melty face that changes into, you know.
This universe doesn't look like something like Supernatural. It just seemed like Batman is about as freakish as they're going to get for us. That kind of. I don't see anything with the supernatural powers like that. I don't see it fit into that.
Court of Owls, even though it's like that's a big story, I could see that based in reality where they could be pulling the strings. I could see that being a big threat. That's like, oh, we have to fight all the Court of Owls. You know, I still want to see the Batman Who Laughs. I would love to see that, but you know, they ain't gonna do that shit.
You know, there was one sentence that bothered me, you know, because you know how everything's getting political and wokeness and you know, we know that there was a streamer that got kind of boiled for what he said, like a clip that of his review that a bad take, right? Bad choice. Well, not bad choice words, like, you know, in part it's bad choice of words. As a whole, you can see, okay, I can see what he's trying to say. So I saw that before going to the movie, right? About how you know, everybody that was a shooter was white. Every you know, that the only two good white people that's what, and I'm quoting what he said, were, you know, Batman and Alfred, right? Okay, so I'm like, whatever, right? I wasn't like watching the movie looking at all this, but I saw it after, right? That I just saw it came to me, right? But there was one line I didn't care about that. I don't really care about all that stuff. I personally do not care about it.
I know where you're going, man. I know where you're
going.
You
know what line I'm talking about?
I know, yeah.
That triggered me in the movie, and it said, why did she have to say that? Because I find that it did not need to be said in that movie. You know,
that's like being over the head with the
white privileged rich people.
Yeah, and then later on she says like
she meant white privilege, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, why did that have to be said?
Yeah, that's true,
you know,
man. I tried to.
Words were like, for me, were not necessary at all.
My subconscious brain just tries to block that out because I am a movie fan first. Right. So when I go to the movies, I want to ignore all this stuff. I went to a friend of mine's. I'm not going to say his name, and I'd asked him like, "What did you think about Eternals? What did you think about Spider-Man? What did you think about this movie?" And he immediately, right off the bat, for Eternals, was like, "I didn't like the fact that they made the white man die and the black man do this and the black homosexual do that." And I'm like, oh, that's what you got out of that movie? I just thought it was because I had said like I thought Eternals was bad, and he was like, well, I thought it was bad because of that, all the virtue signaling. I'm like, I didn't even notice it. I just thought it was bad because the script was bad. But like he had said, he notices immediately, and that's what triggered me to like think like, oh, I'm the minority here. A lot of people notice the virtue signaling and they notice the stuff. And yeah, that did irritate me, but I think I just blocked it out when she said that. I was like, you know what? I can't like, it's such a good movie. I don't want to have it be tarnished by this stuff.
No, absolutely. Like I get those that critique movies that way and look for the political agenda, because if you ever everything's, if you're gonna look for things under a magnifying glass, you're gonna find it. But as a whole, this movie I find was, for me, one of the best Batman movies out there.
Well,
one of the best,
without a doubt.
Yeah,
I think the best, because it's
What would be your second one then? If you're saying this is
the
your
Dark Knight, without a doubt, the Dark Knight would be
the Dark Knight. That's the one with the Joker,
Yeah.
right? Keith Ledger,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I would say, I also, because of Heath Ledger's performance in that movie, I would just nudge this one very slightly above that one. But as a whole, definitely, I would have to say this was one of the best Batman movies.
But getting back to what you said, though, there's other, like, here's the difference, though, right? There's themes throughout the movie that are based in political stuff, like lower class, upper class. Parasite did that too, you know. Movies do that, but like, that's crossing that line over to like these white privileged rich blah blah blah.
It wasn't necessary. It wasn't necessary. It wasn't necessary.
There's also political themes.
What wasn't necessary?
Corruption of
when Celine says the white privilege
line. Yeah,
that line in the movie. I don't think it was really necessary to say that line. There was no need.
Well, especially it was funny because Bruce Wayne, Robert Pattinson did this thing with his eyes. He like flickered them like, "Whoa, you said Bruce Wayne," because she was like specifically talking about that. Yeah, and it's funny because it's like, no, well, it's ironic because he's the one that's saving the city. The white privileged asshole's the one that, in a sense. But again,
but the rest of the stuff didn't really. Okay, yeah. So the shooters were all white. I don't give a shit.
Well, I think that matter did work because a lot of times when blacks are angry and they start saying stuff, that's one thing they'll say. Oh, you white people, you don't know how it is to be such and such. So nothing that I caught. I didn't catch this being like out of place, but I kind of see both sides of it because,
like I was saying, I kind of just ignore that because I want to go to the movies, relax, enjoy.
I don't go there looking for no fucking political. I don't look for that shit.
But there are themes, and that's okay. When you go with it, like V for Vendetta, you can look at that movie. Now they don't go into specifics, and they say like, oh, like, you know what I mean? But we get what it's about, and there is a real world application, and there's real world applications of the other thing. Somebody else had said something about like the Riddler symbol. It's similar to ISIS or something, which I didn't even pick up on that.
I didn't either.
Or something, or the masks are similar to some kind of terrorist group or something in real. Oh wait, no, what was it? I don't remember. I'm gonna have to look this up,
man. I see. I didn't, like I said, right? If I wouldn't have heard that clip, seen that clip before going to the theater, I wouldn't. That probably wouldn't have hit me as much as it did.
But correct me if I'm wrong. The purpose of movies at the core value is to entertain, right? Some movies are made to educate and enlighten, but at the core base of it, the creation of movies is to entertain.
Yeah, I agree.
And I don't know why people want to take the entertainment out of it.
I get you.
And just just something that sticks. I mean,
yeah. Like I said, I like everything that, you know, the shooters and all that. For me, they were who they were. It didn't really. I didn't really get on that. It's just when she said that line after what I saw that clip, I was like in the back of my thought. You know, when I saw it, I'm like, is this why he said that? And then he started looking at everything else. You know, was the trigger that made him decipher everything else? You know what I mean? Was that the effect of it?
There's a mixture of other things too with the shooting thing. Like I was thinking about in the back of my subconscious about like the Las Vegas shooter and that type of thing. You know what I mean? Where it's like they set up, you know, like, we're setting them up to get shot. And I kind of got vibes like internet culture, dark web culture kind of, but that is like a theme. And it's not like it's spelled out for you, hitting you over the head with it. Right. So what Danny said, like a movie is made to entertain you, right? Like I'll use Inception. That's a good example, right? Inception is a good movie. You go to see it, you go get entertained, you see like the dream inside of a dream, blah, blah, blah. But that being said, there has to be a core theme as long as you don't beat your audience over the head with that theme. Now, the theme of Inception, really, at its core, aside from all the dream within a dream, all that stuff, is a man dealing with the death of his wife and how we deal with grief. And that's okay. That's the framework that you use to hang things on. Now, this movie, I would say the framework would be there's corrupt politicians. We need to come together as a whole. We need a symbol to get us past the hard times and, get the lower class and the upper class less separated, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's those themes. What you hang on that is the Batmobile, batarangs, grappling hooks, punching, kicking, some cool detective scenes, some clues. And that's really the point of it, right? Like, you can have deep themes, but when you do that, when you cross that line and you're like, all right, now you're just preaching to me and you're pushing your agenda. Time for me to leave. Time for me to leave or shut my brain off,
Right. No, but hands down, this movie surprised me greatly. I mean, out of five, I gave it 4. Like, I really did. I really did not expect. Like, I know a lot of critics were saying, and like on Rotten Tomatoes right now, let's just check it out. Rotten Tomatoes and other ones, just not, to stay on Rotten Tomatoes, because we all know that Rotten Tomatoes people go to it when it fits their criteria,
their narrative.
No, I expected greatness, and if it was bad, I would have been very disappointed. So I'm like, on the opposite end. Yeah.
Out of 1,000 verified ratings, it's on 94.84.
I'm shocked that there's only 264 critic ratings. It doesn't even make any sense. There were so many critic screenings of it that, I do a whole show on Rotten Tomatoes. It's such nonsense most of the time.
So, I mean, I have no issue with revamping and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude, I saw Caden's scene. Oh, another thing, I saw the movie at AMC Prime. Woo!
Okay.
The best sound of any theater, right? It's like when that Batmobile came on, man, the theater, the whole
shaking.
The whole thing shook. My seat shook. Boom, 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 boom. Like that. That stuff is great. Yeah, it was unbelievable.
Yeah. Rotten Tomatoes is a trash website. There's no reason for me to trust or respect such profit. I get it. I
agree with that.
Yeah,
I want to see Lieutenant Gordon transform into Commissioner Gordon.
Maybe next movie.
Well, I think that was this. I think that at the end of it, without it being said, I think he basically did, because there's nobody else to, you know what I mean? Turn into that.
What did you guys think of the suit?
I like it. When I first saw it, I was like, but we know that it's gonna, he's gonna modify it and refine it and stuff and how it's gonna look. But to start off basic, man, I ain't mad at it.
He's making the suit look better too.
I agree.
His reactions, his visual acting, his eyes, the way he makes it look, the way he looks off to the side. It's like
right there when you said
haunting, it. Yeah, it's this haunting feel for it.
One thing he did is he studied Batman.
Yeah.
I don't know if the other actors before that, maybe Ben Affleck, because I like his take. But I don't know if Bale really studied Batman. I don't know if Michael Keaton really studied Batman, but I think this is Batman.
Yeah. That is Batman.
He can also turn his head. That's a good thing too.
I know I heard some people say they didn't like the collar and stuff.
He can turn his head though. He ain't Val Kilmer. He's not like, hey Batman, hey Mr. Freeze, I see you over there. Like, he didn't have to turn his entire body.
Seriously.
How is that, man? Yeah, but
I thought it was it kind of reminded me of the Darth Vader moment at the end of Rogue One. When he came out of the shadows in the subway. You just hear the boots.
God. It's my favorite scene.
That was awesome.
My favorite scene.
The emo look.
The only thing I didn't like, though, he carried the bat suit in his backpack.
Yeah.
And he keep changing back and forth. Like, bro, Batman carrying his suit around in his backpack. He was.
Somebody else.
What did you think of the Batmobile?
Oh, I love it. If for this movie, it's what fits.
I liked it. Didn't love it.
Love the blue flame, that nitrous. Oh my! And now it's like oh my god, old school American Muscle. The way it sounds, the way it looks. I like this better than the Tumbler because it's more realistic. Everybody says Christopher Nolan's movies are so gritty and realistic.
Yeah.
This is a real car. That Tumbler shit's nice. Everybody loves it, but that's not realistic. Nobody drives a tank. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I know you love it though, Danny. I know you love the tank.
Oh yeah, I like the Tumbler.
I know you do. It's fine.
To tell you the truth, my favorite Batmobile of all time is the 1966 Batmobile. That shit, I love.
Really?
I love that.
The old school.
I don't remember what that one looks like.
Yeah, you do the black one, like you got the wings.
The
two.
It's been a while since I've seen that show, man. It's been like a long time. I used to watch it as a kid.
So on IMDb, got 8.8 out of 10.
I want to do a live stream where I go to radaalada.com and go try to look at some of those riddles that they got over there. You know about that? Did you guys stay for the after credits or no?
Oh my god, dude!
Well, I did.
Well, that's the website that they gave in the end. That's the Rada Alada, the URL Rada Alada. That's a real website where I think that they had codes. I'm gonna go look because I want to see.
Really?
If you want to get,
they said they had like video footage or something, and then I went online to see if it was.
Rada Alada. That was really clever, man. There was some the mystery, the actual like clues and riddles. I mean, those were brilliant. Like he lies still, and then they use the code, and it breaks down the drive, and it's like a thumb drive. All that stuff. The way we got to where we got.
The thumb driving was cool.
Yeah.
Somebody really noticed this. As the detectives would really notice that being law enforcement. Some of the stuff that Batman noticed, I'm like.
It's a little unrealistic to just come up with like, oh, it's this. It's he lies still without a doubt. Like, right? Like you figured that out. Come on. Maybe have him like think about it for a little bit. He was like,
I didn't expect the Riddler to be standing behind the guy at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah. Great shot.
Yeah.
Great shot.
Awesome. Danny, did you see
what was that thing on his leg? A gas mask or something? I never could figure out what that bag was.
What?
Oh, right here?
Batman's leg?
Oh.
I think it was his rope. No, his grappling rope?
Just different stuff, utility stuff.
It looked like it was his grappling gun with the rope.
How do you guys, speaking of that, what do you guys think about that adrenaline shot?
I was like...
The epinephrine?
That threw me off a little bit. The adrenaline shot. I was like, what? Oh, there you
remember
go.
That?
Oh. Yeah. That's cool. That's just a cool car.
Yeah, like back then, man, that was like fire. Well, a lot of people don't know they look fast and stuff, but only go like 30 miles an hour.
Danny, check private chat.
The 89 Batmobile is a lot of people would say that's their favorite too because that's iconic. I like that one a lot too, but yeah, the Batmobile. I will say this though, I do like the motorcycle in the Nolan ones. That's the one that kind of turns the wheel and stuff. I like that.
Oh yeah, that motorcycle that came out the Tumbler.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fine. I like that.
The big one, the big fat wheels.
I could see that being more realistic than driving a tank down the street. But this car to me was like something like a person could drive. Like somebody's going to recreate that car and you'll be seeing it down the street. Maybe not with the flames and the nitrous. I don't know, but maybe they'll have LEDs instead.
Oh man. But overall, what do you guys give this? Like seriously,
9.
Like, you give it a 9, Danny?
Because of the caveats.
I'm with 9 also.
Yeah, I would have to give it a 9 too.
Yeah, I went. I really liked it.
Mm-hmm. And Terrence is dying to say something. So
Hold on, Terrence. I'm about to send the link.
yeah, let's get let Terrence go. But Terrence, I'm letting you know.
I'm just coming off a live stream. I just did the Oscar prediction stream. I'll see how many things I'm going to get right.
Do you think this is Oscar worthy? Because I've heard some people say this is Oscar worthy.
Well, you can't
maybe
do
like
it
the cinematography or something like that.
Oh, for next year?
Yeah.
No, unfortunately, it came out in the wrong time, so it won't be nominated. And it's a comic book movie, so sorry. Just, I think it is. I think it like from a what I
no, because what's his face won, like Black Panther won some Oscars on something.
Yeah, but not for Best Picture. Well, he was.
No,
it was nominated for best. It got nominated for best.
I'm
nominated
saying for
best costume design.
Mm-hmm.
That was what it got nominated for. I don't think it won though.
I think it won some stuff too.
Suicide Squad won best costume design.
Mm-hmm.
That's why, like, dude, I'm not even gonna. I told them like it's funny because after I did the stream, I'm very confident in my picks. I don't want to watch it this year. Right. I'm so tired of them, man. And I love movies, man. I love those types of movies. I'm done. I'm done with it. It's nonsense.
Right.
So many snubs. So much crap. So many things that didn't get nominated. Green Knight was one. I talked about T-Tane. That was one didn't get nominated. But yeah, man. Hey, I'll say this though. They did give it to Heath Ledger though for Best Actor, but you know.
Yeah, but let's be honest. If he wouldn't have died, do you think?
No way.
Do you think he would have won it?
Nope. There's a lot of like no.
I mean, it was great his performance, but those other performances were good as well.
Yeah.
I forgot what was the movies that he were up against.
I don't
know. You remember?
Oh, probably Slumdog Millionaire. I'm sure Dev Patel was in there. That was 08. Was Daniel Day-Lewis in there? That was 08 too.
But I remember that it was like a strong category for best actor.
Yeah, Daniel Day-Lewis was in there.
Heath Ledger won it.
Yeah.
It was,
I'm pretty sure.
I want to think Tom Cruise was one, and what's the guy that died that was on Patch Adams?
Robin Williams?
No. His roommate that was such an asshole, but at the end he can't think he played like the gay guy that loved Dirk Diggler on Boogie Nights. But he died.
Oh, Daniel Day-Lewis. No, that was 2008. What was 2009? Was it Heath Ledger? No, that's Sean Penn. It's 2007.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, no. I didn't give it to
him. Who did Heath Ledger best for the Oscar? Heath Ledger's best supporting actor.
Oh, supporting actor.
Yeah, he was best supporting actor.
Right. That makes sense. Oh, then I don't know.
Whew. So you say you don't want to see us a part 2 to this?
Keep it pure. Let it be perfect, man. When you start getting into, because when you start doing sequels, I always say like whether or not it's good or bad you might just have to ignore the movie. If it's bad, the sequels, it will tarnish the original unless you just ignore it from existence. So I've seen that happen so many times.
I think if they let the same director do it.
Yeah. But don't merge it into like you were saying, like Aquaman. Don't throw Aquaman in this.
Yeah, a standalone.
Don't throw Jason Momoa.
Basically like Nolan's Batman. It's like it was just focusing about him, and that was it. You know, if you start throwing in Flash and
Dr. Fate and shit, I don't want to see that stupid shit. Nothing against Black Adam. I want to see that movie, and I'm going to see all the DC movies. I'm going to see
Dr. Fate looks good in those clips, man. He
looks good in those clips, but I don't want to see him here in this Gotham City. Be like, hey,
no, not in this. No, I got to catch that part.
Before the film, did you guys see the trailer for the DC? Like, we're ready for 2022, where they had. It was a montage of like Flash, Aquaman, Black Adam, and this, like what to expect. I was just thinking like this movie is nothing like any of that. So I don't know. Like don't do it.
This movie is something kind of sort of in the same category with it's gonna be a surprise like the Joker was, the Joaquin Phoenix
Mm.
Joker.
Sure.
If anything,
That's what we thought,
I
right?
like what
That's what we
emerges.
all thought, that it was
Yeah.
going to tie in with that one.
That's
right?
what I thought. That's
Yeah.
what makes sense. That will be more believable, but that kind of, to me, they kind of blew up that idea by showing us the other Joker in the cell.
Mhm.
Because I'm really interested in seeing if they develop something with that. Because the interaction between those two, man.
So you think it's a good thing about the Joker?
I do.
That we got a glimpse
I
of the
don't.
Joker?
I don't, man. I don't think it fits.
I'm on the
It's
fence
just-
on it.
It doesn't fit because it's like they're so goofy, both of
Mm.
them. This world needs like a penguin, like, you know what I mean? This world needs like a serious villain. That's why I think Court of Owls could be good, because they'll be mysterious and they won't be like, it won't be
Mhm.
silly. Somebody even like Hush, right? Hush would be like perfect too. Somebody like that. Somebody
Okay.
real.
They show some of that too. They did at some part. They said hush.
They said hush. I know. I did notice that. That could
Uh-huh.
just be like a nod or an Easter
Yeah,
egg. I
that's
don't
an
know.
Easter egg. There also was an Easter egg too when they tied him up and he was wilding like a penguin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
like-
right.
I was
That's
like,
true.
really?
That was a great scene. He was great. Yeah, he was
Here's
great.
one thing I thought they were going to do and they didn't do. I thought, and I watched it again the second time, I was like, oh, didn't they mention something about it? I thought that Riddler's father was the reporter that Bruce Wayne had killed.
Mm.
They didn't confirm that, but I
Thomas
got
Wayne
the
had
idea.
cool.
Right, because he mentions the report. Riddler, when he does the report, I was like, oh, they killed his father. That's why he's so pissed and why he was an orphan. But they didn't touch upon that though. That
Do you like
twist.
how they tied in to how it got so climactic, where you thought that the Riddler knew that it was Bruce Wayne? Like, did you see how he was building? Like, that is it going to be? Terrence, man, what's going on? I thought you were jumping on.
No, he said he couldn't do it at the moment.
Oh, you couldn't do it. Oh, okay, man. Next time, definitely.
Yeah, it made it seem like he knew.
Hold on. Before anything, Danny, sorry, Terrence, for next Wednesday, 8 p.m. Okay. All right. Go ahead, then.
It made it seem like he knew when he's saying Bruce Wayne, and then I think Batman picked up on it and then kind of went a different direction to throw him off of it. I thought he knew it was Bruce.
I still think he does did.
Why wouldn't he tell him?
Nah, not yet. It's not time yet. So maybe if there is these sequels, there might be, because I'm hearing things about like, oh, he might be a Wayne and this and that from different channels.
I don't think he knew, because he would have been so pissed off that Batman messed up his plan, he would say something or threaten it at least.
I don't know.
Because he was pissed off in that cell, and the Joker started talking to him and calm him down.
No, I think that's a red herring. I think that he does know, but then made that statement to me like, oh, I don't know, and like there's temporary relief. I don't know. I don't know.
So you think he knows?
Yeah, I do think he knows. I understand what you guys are saying, but I think that they just said that to throw us off.
Really?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do. They can do a whole bunch of things with that.
Because it was like Bruce Wayne, he's like looking at the camera, right?
He doesn't want to be a rat either, because the big thing was like, we got to catch the rat. So it's like, if I tell that you're Bruce Wayne,
that's interesting that you say that.
Yeah. So that was a big theme. Yeah, I don't know.
If you
can't trust the Riddler.
You're not as smart as I thought you were, and if you would have said Bruce, then I'd be like, yeah, he knows, but he just saying, you're not as smart as I thought you were. The clues are there. It's all there for you to see.
Well, that's why you can't trust him, though.
It's when he said, we almost got Bruce Wayne as well. When we almost got Bruce, that's when he's like, oh, he doesn't know.
Yeah.
Well, what happened to Bruce Wayne, though? How did he evade the bomb, though?
Well, that's the thing. He wasn't there. Remember, it was Alfred that got
Alfred opened it.
I understand. No, I understand that. But what I'm saying is, like, in the terms of the Riddler, like, what is he thinking? Like, because he knows Bruce Wayne didn't die. Did he know that Alfred got?
Yeah, but he said we almost got him, so he knew that let him know that he knew that he didn't die.
See, I think that I don't know. I'm really cynical with it. I think that he knew when he sent the bomb, like he's gonna either dodge it or have his bat gear on or whatever. And it's
Right.
kind of like there. I think there's also something about one says to the Batman, the other one says for the Batman. That's a little tiny, like
To the
when
Batman, for the Batman.
that specific gift says for the Batman, which is different. So he might have known, hey, it's to you, Bruce, but on the other side, it's also to Batman because you're both one and the same. I don't know, man. I don't know. Hey, you know, Danny, it's your favorite villain. You can't trust the Riddler. So who knows?
Yeah. I see what you're saying. I'm not saying it's not possible, but I don't know if
it also echoes the Batman Forever. As much as I hate to make that comparison, because he does know in Batman Forever he's shouting out Bruce Wayne when he has a stupid fucking thing on his head, Jim Carrey. You know, so he knows. So I don't know. In the comics, doesn't Riddler know that it's Bruce Wayne, right? No,
I never knew to figure it out.
Okay.
But one thing I thought was stupid that Batman did. Why the hell did he stay there when that bomb went off?
Right? That
shit go down to 10 seconds. Yeah, I'd have been up out of there. He stayed right there.
Went like this. He just went like this.
Yeah.
And then also another stupid thing. Why the fuck did they take his mask off?
Yeah, I didn't get that.
Man, that mask would have been off.
Police station? Yeah.
I know. I can just picture James Gordon there, you know, like tell him no.
You can't stop 30 minutes, bro.
I know. I'll give you that. Yeah. I will say this. All right, so this is why I give it a 9, because it is a little flawless. That suit protected him from when he had the Batwing thing going on and he fell underneath the subway. I mean, that's a little.
I didn't like that because he was scared of heights. When has Batman been scared of heights?
Yes, I agree with that.
Well, you know, it's a young Batman, right?
It's a young Batman. I'll give you
how much experience has he had, and maybe he didn't expect it to be that damn high.
When he said in the hospital, I learned to control my fear. I thought I mastered that. The only thing I don't like or was afraid of is losing someone I care about.
Yeah.
So if you master your fear, that shouldn't have made you do what he did. I was like, what? When did Batman start doing that shit?
But if you're basing it in reality and he falls with, I don't care what kind of Kevlar, you know about Kevlar, Danny. I don't care what kind of Kevlar armor you have on.
Coming from that height, but
you get hit in that bridge, like under the light, and go boom, boom, boom.
Not
boom,
only that, like, Kevlar with a 12 gauge or double barrel 12 gauge slug shot, that close range.
Yeah. But it stopped him, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know if it would penetrate.
Yeah.
It slowed his ass down, man, because if Catwoman went to save him, that sucker would have he'd been dead or fucked up, pretty brain damage at least. And then that his cowl didn't seem like it was Kevlar. It seemed like it was leather or something. When he pulled it off, it bends. Kevlar not rubberish,
yeah. Do you like the Ben Affleck suit?
Yes.
Because that's another thing. Yeah, you like that. Because that would, I mean, I guess that would stop a lot of shotgun shots. I don't know if it would stop Superman. That's a whole other issue. But, you know, I don't even want to get into that territory.
Man.
I feel bad for Ben Affleck, man. You know, he's...
Why?
Well, in the sense, I mean, no, he's a rich actor. I don't mean in that sense. I mean in the sense of, like, we're going to forget. In between Bale and Pattinson, I feel like he's going to be the one that you're not going to think about immediately.
The only thing going to save him, man, his fight scene.
Snyder's Justice League. Oh, the fight scene. Yeah.
The fight scene in the warehouse, man,
that's true.
Is what swung a lot of people his way. I'll never forget that.
Man.
I'm sorry. I know I'm in the camp of DC people, but I really despise Batman versus Superman. I can't stand it. I think it's one of the worst. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but it's just nonsense.
I found it entertaining.
I've seen
that's
worse.
Fine.
I've seen worse.
I've seen worse. I'll give you that. Definitely, I think Batman
Eternals
is worse. Eternals is really bad.
Eternals is terrible.
Absolute nonsense. Yeah.
Eternals was like
Eternals. What I like about Eternals is that Icarus is a better Superman than what we've seen, in my opinion. And the girl that was Flash, she's better than the movie version of Flash, not the TV. Because CW Flash, their special effects on point with the Flash.
Yeah.
At least to me, I think they are. And bro, have you seen the last episode of Superman and Lois?
I
Guys, go.
haven't.
Nah, I
I
didn't
haven't.
see
I'm
it.
behind, man. I'm
God.
behind. I'm behind. I stopped where we first see Bizarro.
The only shows I've watched, I watched Peacemaker. I didn't think I would like that. Props to Peacemaker. Good job, James Gunn.
It's getting much. It's
Oh,
getting
yeah?
good now. Yeah, it's getting good now.
I have to
This
catch. I'm
latest
probably gonna do that
episode,
this weekend,
I'm like, what the fuck are they doing?
dude. Bro, I took 2 days off work, man, because I've been getting bombarded with stuff and dealing with stuff, man. And took a day off tomorrow. I'm gonna do some stuff with my kid who's on March break during the afternoon. Go shopping with my wife during the day, and Monday. It's not a day off, but I'm working from home, just taking it easy. But I'm gonna try and watch some TV.
Danny, I know you don't game, but Geishkar, I wish we played the same games. We don't play the same games, so I would stream with you. Did you play Elden Ring yet, or no?
No, I don't have a PS5.
I don't play nothing.
I have a PC, so I play on PC.
Oh, you play on PC?
I don't play nothing but fighting games, bro.
Yeah.
I'll play. Do you play Guilty Gear?
Practice
I play
what?
Guilty Gear.
Never heard of
At
that.
King of Fighters, they
Nope.
came out with a new fighting game.
My favorite fighting game is called. I don't like Killer Instinct, but JJ used to like that.
Oh, I love
we
Killer Instinct.
We played Tekken.
Love Tekken. Yeah.
We played that one night. We must play about 2 or 3 hours. Me, Gaskar, JJ,
Yeah,
Onzo.
yeah,
It was fun.
that was crazy, man.
Guys,
Yeah.
you popped in a couple times on my Guilty Gear streams.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, man. When I see you're on and I'm there, man, I'll always drop in and give a support.
You
say
don't
hi.
play those. You don't play those.
No,
fighting
I
games.
don't, man. I play a lot. Right now, I'm playing PUBG.
Yeah.
You know what I downloaded that I'm probably gonna stream, and just for the effect of doing it, I downloaded McElroy's Golf.
Okay. All right.
I want to
not
see how
hating on
that is. I haven't played a golf game in years. I think the last time I played a golf game was on the freaking Wii. Mario's Golf there.
That's cool.
Yeah. All right, guys. Josh, man, tell people where they can find you. We're gonna close this up, unless you guys want to add anything else, man.
No, man. I want to add this, man. Go see this. Go see this movie.
Yeah.
Go support.
Definitely.
Like I always say, I want to see comic book movies be successful. I don't care whether it's DC camp or the MCU camp. I think this is going to be the next highest grossing movie. Right? It may tie or surpass Aquaman, but it's going to be second, definitely in my opinion, if it don't surpass it. I can't wait to see Monday.
I thought you were going to say Spider-Man No Way Home. I was like,
Oh, no.
It's not gonna come close.
DC
Opening day, I don't know. Opening day and maybe
I'm thinking it's going to make, last night I said between 150, 175, somewhere in that. I think that's what it's going to make.
I say 180.
So fair.
Yeah. So go ahead, pimp up your channel, Josh.
Movie and gaming aficionados. I do game streams. I do movie reviews. Working on a documentary. That's a whole other thing.
Wow.
Yeah, a little documentary short. It's about comic book movies. It's called Box Office Heroes. I got some cool things going on with that. I'll keep you guys posted. And yeah, that's it, man.
Good deal. Man, it's good to see you, man. We've been
It's
talked
been
in a minute.
Definitely. Mr. Danny, aka Comic Chat.
Tis I. Dating Game aka Comic Chat. We just got done watching The Batman. It is really good. My score would be definitely 8.5, 9 out of 10. I'm going to see it Saturday with my grandsons. My grandson, who's only 9, say, Grampy, tell me whether you like it. Don't spoil it. I just want to know whether or not you like it. So I was like, damn, you really into it. So sometime Saturday, I'll be taking my grandsons to see the second time. I'm pretty sure I'll be reviewing it Sunday night with Robert Storm. Anzo's watching it now. He don't like it. I'm kind of shocked. But
I'm not.
I thought he would like it. You said it's boring. I was like, really, Anzo? Are you tired? Is it good quality? But yeah, man, y'all go see it. Thank y'all for coming. Those in the chat, I enjoyed the conversation, and I can't say enough good things about it, man.
So man, yeah, I agree with you, man. I think I was taken by this movie. Definitely don't take everything we're saying for it, but thank you for being here. We had Terrence in the house. We had Caden Bates.
Ski 75.
Yeah, Ski75. That's my Twitch handle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
we got a couple bots in there too. Shout out to the bots, man.
yeah. Yeah, me one. We had Jason Lee Tucker statement. We had Zach Holden. We had Dandelion that popped in. Amy Chibi from my Twitch. First time. Thank you for stopping by. As well as Derpy Gaming, also first timer for me. And we had Brittany as well. And who else we had? Ninja jumped in as well, and Josh jumped into the panel.
Stream Elements, whoever that is.
Yeah, that's my Stream Elements. That's basically it automatically just puts reminders for people to hit the like button and stuff. Yeah. I'm learning. I'm getting to learn how to use all those things. Yeah, it's great, man.
I'm
it gives
using
you your stats and
Restream.
your streams. Yeah. Yeah, so it's really cool.
Zach, no, Anzo didn't like it. Based on my last text I had with him, he said he didn't like it.
Yeah, he said he found it boring. But yeah, definitely, I'm sure Anzo's gonna talk about it as well. You said with Rob and stuff like that, so definitely check Anzo's channel out. Bigger Forward Entertainment, when he talks about it, definitely get his perspective on it as well. And me, Basco Scenario. Listen, guys, thank you for joining me, Josh, Danny. You know, we've done this in the past when we see movies on the same day. We jump on and do something quick.
Yeah.
But definitely go see it. It's worth it. But be your own judge of it as well. You can tune in tomorrow when I have my Hold Up Wait with my man 36, where we talk about real world events and politics. Get to touch that subject, or you can find us also, Danny, myself, and the other Hold Up Hangout crew. I can tell I'm running on fuse, man. Midnight already. And definitely check us out on the Hangout every Wednesday, 8 p.m. And saying that, guys, thank you again. And I am looking for my outro, which is the Hangout outro. So peace. Be good.
Peace.